Hey YouTube, how's it going? Welcome to my new channel. I created this channel so I could share all of my favorite books with you. I have three great authors and some awesome books to recommend to you today. The type of books I mostly read are on the fiction side of things, like fantasy, sci-fi, some young adult, steampunk, and dystopian type novels. So again, welcome, and I hope you enjoy my book recommendations. The first author I would like to introduce is Jonathan Stroud. He has a great trilogy called Bartimaeus. He's added a fourth book to this trilogy more recently, and that too is a very enjoyable addition. You'll find this series goes from good and enjoyable to great and fantastic. The first book in the trilogy is called The Amulet of Samarkand. This is a great book, and the series keeps getting better and better. The characters are all well developed, very likable. The story is pretty fast paced and very enjoyable. Without giving away any spoilers, I would like to give a little description of the book. There's magic in this world, and Nathaniel is one of the main characters. Nathaniel is a magician in training, and he summons a jinn or a genie to be his magical slave. This is very common for magicians of this time, and summoning jinn to help them in pursuit to become a powerful magician. Bartimaeus is the jinn that he summons, and the summoning doesn't go quite as planned, so the relationship is not on track to be a typical relationship between a magician and a genie. Bartimaeus himself has some major attitude towards magicians. Bartimaeus is a great character, and he's very quick-witted. He has great comebacks throughout the series. The banter between Bartimaeus and the other characters in this book make for some great humor and a very enjoyable book. This book is more on the young adult side, but as the series progresses, it does shake that genre a little to become more of just a general fantasy book. The second author I would like to recommend is a pretty famous author named Kim Harrison. She has a great series called the Hollow series. The first book is Dead Witch Walking. Again, this is a great series. This is a longer one. It has, I think, around 13 books so far. It also has some spin-off books and some what I like to call 0.5 books. I don't typically like 0.5 books of a series, but I'm just recommending the main series itself in this recommendation. The first book of this series is the weakest of the series in my opinion, but if you like even the first one even a little bit, you would do yourself a lot of injustice by not continuing on to the second book. The series just keeps getting better and better as you read it. The main premise of this book is similar to a female Harry Dresden of the Dresden Files. It's not a knockoff of that series, but that's the closest I can come to provide a good explanation for this type of book. The main character her name is Rachel Morgan. She's a supernatural bounty hunter of sorts, and finds herself in, for the most part, outmanned and outgunned in the situation she finds herself in. She has some major spunk and major attitude, and gives as good as she gets as a strong female character. You can read the screen and get more information, and I'll continue on with my last author. So I think I've saved the best for last here with this last author. The author is Kevin Hearne, and the series is called the Iron Druid series. This is another great and long series with 9 books right now. Kevin Hearne is a fantastic author and so fast to get out his books. I still can't see how he can have such high quality books and still manage to get out one on average every year. He also has some 0.5 books, as I call them, and in his case they are actually not, they're okay, but I'm not normally a great fan of the 0.5 book or short stories of a series. The main character is Atticus O'Sullivan. He's the last of the Druids. The Druids are a type of supernatural that was wiped out years ago. He was able to survive and hide out for many years due to his intelligence, his wit, his abilities, and with some luck, of course. He has a great companion in his dog Oberon that supplies some great humor throughout the book and throughout the series. The author does a great job making you feel for all of these characters, and was able to create not just a page-turning book, but a page-turning series. Before you finish with the first book, you will be already looking for the second book, so you don't have any downtime between your reading. This is the type of book that when you are halfway through it, you will be going to Google or Goodreads and searching on it to find out how many books are in this series, so you know how big of a book gold mine you have found. So that's it for my book recommendations. I hope you enjoy these books even half as much as I did. Please comment below if you've read some of these books. Thanks for your likes, your comments, and your shares, and I'm out.